Hey YouTubers and YouTubettes, I got an offer here. For those of you who have been watching my series and stuff like that, I'm doing a series now on a 40-gallon breeder setup and stand. I've already shot a couple videos on how to put the stand together. There's 1,000 videos out there on YouTube of how to put a stand together, so I mean, you got to kind of pick and choose. It's just the way I did mine and the flavor, and it was just a prelude too, because the real series starts now. I have gotten the materials as far as the hard materials for the tank. I've got the filter, which is a sun filter. You can see the spray bar and the intake hose already in there. I've got the heater for it. I've got the lighting system, which is two 20-watt LED floodlights. That may change over the time. I'm going to start with that. It may change to either 230-watt floodlights or maybe 320 watts. I'm not sure. I'm going to see how they work out to start with. I've got the substrate, which is the Eco-Complete gravel, and I'm going to put a base of the Miracle Grow potting soil underneath. And still kind of up in the air as whether to add some sand or not. I'm kind of tossing around. I might do a little testing to see what white sand, the white play sand, looks like with the black Eco-Complete. Thinking about that, and I'm also thinking about maybe just getting some of the black diamond blasting sand, which is inert, and just mixing it in with the Eco-Complete. I'm not sure which way I'm going on that yet, but that's not here nor there. We'll find out in the future as to whether I do that or not. My proposition is that even though I've set up the design of the tank and figured out all the supplies I need, the one thing that I haven't really concerned myself with was where I was going to get the actual decorations, the hardscape and the plants themselves for the tank. And I'm just now getting around to that. Not that I hadn't thought about it, I just never thought about, okay, well, I kind of know where I want to go with this, but hadn't thought about where I was going to get the supplies from. So here we go. As those of you who are subscribed to me know, and for those of you who have not followed my videos or are not subscribed, we'll find out now. I breed Apistogramma cockatoides. They are an Amazonian cichlid, as opposed to the African cichlids that you see so plentifully in all of our pet stores in the area. Not quite as colorful as the Africans, but yet still very colorful. The advantage to the Amazonian is they're a lot less aggressive than the Africans. You don't have to make super hard water. You can put them in planted tanks, and they will get along with a lot of the community fish and not cause a problem. Africans, pretty much, you have to have very hard water. You got to make it that way if you don't have it in your area. They don't do well with plants. They usually chew the hell out of the plants. And you got to pretty much keep Africans with Africans. There's not that much you can keep with Africans, other than Africans are very aggressive fish. They just don't do well with community fish at all, except for a handful of them. But I'm sure the African lovers out there will probably have something to say about that. But hey, it is what it is. At any rate, I do have quite a few of these Apistogramma cockatoides for sale. They are double reds, which means they're kind of in the middle. They have been bred for their colors. The step up from there is triple reds. Triple reds are very, very colorful. Double reds are party colorful, and anything below that, you're getting into kind of a bland tan and a little bit of color, but not much. For those of you who are the people that like the original, straight from nature type thing, well, shame on you, because we need to leave what's in nature and take whatever is bred through farms and through local breeders and that kind of thing, and we need to be buying those. We don't need to be taking them back out of nature. I mean, there's only so much out there, and we don't want to wipe out a species. At least that's my take on it. But I've got those, and I've also got some plants, and I am willing to pay for. But what I'm looking for is the low-lying plants. One of the things I really want to do in this tank, in the 40 breeder project, is some of the tougher plants. And some of those low-lying plants, dwarf hairgrass, dwarf baby tears, you know, the real low-lying type stuff that you got to have just the right lighting and the right CO2, and you know. And this is not going to be an ultra high-tech tank either. I'm going to keep this on the medium side, but I'm going to keep it on the low dollar side too. Oh, and by the way, I'm also looking for rockwork or driftwood that might work well with this tank. Something a little more unusual. Saw a video with some what they call blue rock. That looked pretty interesting, but something that looks a little more interesting. Not your standard run-of-the-mill, as we say, you know, you can buy in any store. So, looking for something like that too, so add that too. I want to see what I can do with a limited budget, and yes, they will have CO2, but I mean, I'm not going to spend $1,000 on lighting and all this extra money on the special substrate or anything. This is going to be stuff you can buy off the shelf, and I'm going to see what I can put together, and with some of these tougher plants, see if I can figure out how to get these things to grow on a budget. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm on the search for some very pretty low-lying plants or tough to keep plants. All the easier plants, you know, crypts and Ludwigia and Blixa and Kabamba and all, you know, hey, right there, you know. I've already gone that route. Not to say that those are extremely easy plants to grow, but, you know, I mean, I want a challenge on this one. And my challenge is also to my subscriber friends and to anybody else who catches this video. I want some plants that are tough to grow. Something that gives me a challenge to grow and see what I can get away with on a budget. And of course, you know, I'm going to do my best to keep anything that I receive alive. I've got the fish to do trades with. I've got some plants. If you look at some of my earlier videos, you will see some of the plants. And if you want to see what the fish look like, just go back a couple of videos in my repertoire, and you'll see a lot of close-ups and stuff of the pistogrammas. But you know, I want to see what I can do on a budget here, and see what we can put together, shall we say. Anybody who sends me plants, whether I pay for them, we trade for them, or whatever, or you give them to me right out, I will be mentioning you in the videos. I will be giving you a call out. I know that's not a big consolation. To some of you it might be, to some, you know, you might think big deal. But, you know, that's the best I can do because I'm on a budget just like the rest of us. So, at any rate, please, for anybody who's interested in or has anything that they can offer, either email me at Paul's with an S, planted aquariums with an S, at gmail.com, or you can instant message me from this video. I will be monitoring all the traffic that comes through here. But you know, I'd kind of like to make this tank a little bit more of a challenge and do something special with it, and see if we can figure out a way to grow some of these tougher plants on a budget where you don't have to spend $1,000 on lighting and CO2 and special fertilizers and all that, you know, to grow these plants when you know, we might be able to come up with a way of doing it on a budget. So that's it. and I welcome your returns on this, and we'll see you soon.